collective eyes or die. Protect your mind or suffer. Life is paradise to some and a paradise to others. While these twittery teams.
Oof, like how he did that. Life is paradise to some, but a paradise to others. A gamble for others. For some people, it's just bliss. For some people, it's a daily gamble. Gamble with your life. Gamble with your fan. What? Oh, he didn't even stress as he said that. You know. Hey everyone, welcome to another reaction. My Theory of Black. For joining us here for the first time, thanks for passing through. Hope you stick around. Feel free to join the family. TLB family members and subscribers, you know the vibes by now. You know the words. Truly mean it. It's all love. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a great week. Hope your family's well. Hope you're well. If not, wishing you well. Just try your best to work through any issue you're going through. Stay positive. It's all good. It's all good. Know you're loved. Let's get into this. It's Lowkey, FireintheBooth Part 2. I just reacted to Alphabet Assassin. And Lowkey was just going crazy. I recommend, hey, take that video and give ESL training. I don't know what they do in those classes, right? English as a second language training. Get that Lowkey video there at Alphabet Assassin. But this is FireintheBooth. They said I gotta watch that video for doing this. So I trust y'all. I know there's a reason he said it. So let's get into it. If you're here for the first time, hey, just like to have a bit of fun on the channel, break down some of these rap bars and lyrics and wordplay, and just get introduced to some interesting and amazing artists. Now, I got more reactions coming from different artists. I've got some recommendations for some more artists from Australia, I think from South Africa. I heard one from Ghana, some more in the US. Hey, we're going to get there eventually. We're going to get there. Anyway, let's get into this. It's Lowkey, FireintheBooth, Part 2. Come on. This video contains... Oh, sorry. I just went... Couldn't read fast enough.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
You know what time it is when you hear this, right?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah, FireintheBooth.
Straight.
Much anticipated Part 2.
That's right. Get into it.
Suspense. Listen.
Yeah.
If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep.
Already?
If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep. Listen.
Uppercut.
Get it.
It's the zeitgeist, Zapatista, Zoroat is Zenit, Zed is zinc in the zebra, zigzagging zealots, zilch to zombies and Zionists, he's zen in his zodiac, fire in the booth, it's a rostry in the zone, he's like yapping like yo.
Now I get it. Now I get why you said I gotta go listen to that first. He's continuing where he left off on the letter Z or Z, depending on where you're from in the world. My goodness. Oof, I gotta pay attention.
Sleep. Listen.
Uppercut.
It's the zeitgeist, Zapatista, Zoroat is Zenit, Zed is zinc in the zebra, zigzagging zealots, zilch to zombies and Zionists, he's zen in his zodiac, fire in the booth, it's a rostry in the zone, he's like yapping like Yokozuna in Yemen, YouTube and yoga, Yokozuna in Yoville, yodeling in Yoruba, yelling you're the yardstick of yesteryear, like your bow with a yearning, I'm yawning, this is like a Yeti versus Yoda, I'm an X-ray, you're Xerox, I'm Xavier to the X-Men, Eximus.
Is he performing that track backwards, almost word for word? Or I definitely heard. Is he now going backwards? Is he performing Alphabet Assassin and then rejigging the words just a little bit, but still using those same words for under each letter and doing it backwards? Is that what I'm hearing? I definitely heard. Okay, no.
You're over yelling, you're the yardstick of yesteryear, like your bow with a yearning, I'm yawning, this is like a Yeti versus Yoda, I'm an X-ray, you're Xerox, I'm Xavier to the X-Men, Eximus, like your Xanax to an extent, a wonderful world is waiting, while weapons wage war with...
Okay, no, because I definitely heard xenophobia on the other one, I did hear X-Men, but I didn't hear, he didn't say xenophobia, so he's just now doing it backwards. Okay, my bad. But it's, oh, this is crazy.
Exact, Eximus, like your Xanax to an extent. A wonderful world is waiting while weapons wage war. We're weeping, who's winning? We wish them well while wicked wizard webs are weaving. They whip us till we're wheezing. Words of wisdom won't weaken. Witness these whatless witless wallies waffling with their weekend. Their wording is Wikipedia, virtually void of vitals versus visceral vintage, but vivid videos going viral. I'm your uncle that understands. Now it's us with the upper hand. We were underlings, underrated, unhuman to Uncle Sam. There are those thinking tactics to take the throne, though the truth tends to be told through their thesaurus takes its toll. Slithering snakes stipulate systems to sell your soul. Secretly seek social stratification set in stone. Regiments ravage the region, now it's right for reparations. Rendered refugees can't retract or repair ramifications. Quest across the quarrels.
Oh my goodness. I'm not even 2 minutes in. He comes with a level of intensity that, you know, I've said gives me that vibe when they're on the mic, fishes with it. But when he starts rhyming, and just with me having to focus, like my body temperature starts going up. I'm not kidding. I know, I'm not joking. It's perfect for wintertime. Like, these are wintertime reactions. I love it. If you're in a, you know, northern hemisphere, yeah, it's winter right now. Southern, yeah, it's probably warmer. It's opposite, but whoo, he's going backwards.
For reparations, rendered refugees can't retract or repair ramifications. Quest across the quarrels on essentially qualified quitters. Quality of my quotes can't be quite quantified. People pass prematurely, pay the price for passivity. Pretext of pillage, plunder, prepared to prolong proximity. People's pathology pulverized by this possibility. People power is potent. It's the peak of positivity. Oligarchs ostracize others, offer obituaries. Overrule or overstand the odyssey. Optimistically, norms of a nation should never negate nature. Nasty as nefarious neocon naysayers for neighbors. This masterful maverick mic man will make you meet your maker. Meanwhile, mercenaries maneuver to meet the majors. Lyrically lackluster, literally.
Merciless mercenaries maneuver to meet their majors. Like, it's still multi-syllable rhymings. This is difficult. Not even breaking a sweat. Oh man, one of these type of rappers, man, they're gonna burn down the booth, literally. Like, it's just, that mic is just literally gonna catch on fires.
Your maker, meanwhile, mercenaries maneuver to meet the majors. Lyrically lackluster, literally lack love, lust, living lavish in luxury. Listeners lap up a kaleidoscope of kindness, knowledge, knuckles, and kerosene to kill the kleptocracy. Cool the kettle that they kept us in. Jabbing javelins at jingoism, jealousy justified when jeering at jobless is journalism, information industry, interlinked with infantry, instrumentalize identity, implant ignorance instantly. Hackers and handcuffs, harvesters of hatred, hand gliding, harbingers of harassment, harbor harmful handwriting, gangsters of globalization, glorify glitz and the glam, give us guidance to the graveyard, they got the gift of the gab.
This man is, and he's saying some deep stuff, like, you know, things that you have to think about. Like, he's talking about, like, what's going on in society. Like, he's not just saying empty bars and words here. Different things around oppressions, and like, he's saying stuff.
Cost harvesters of hatred, hand gliding, harbingers of harassment, harbor harmful handwriting, gangsters of globalization, glorify glitz and the glam, give us guidance to the graveyard, they got the gift of the gab. It's flawless, how they fabricate the folklore of defeat and funnel funds for freelance fighters and fawn over fights for freedom. Economics, everything, exploitation and epidemic.
Yo, was that, I know some of you have told me before about, and I kind of picked that up, where it seems like the rappers are muting themselves. Right? Maybe they have a curse word or something gets muted out sometimes. Seems like something. I don't know what he said. I'm trying to read his lips.
For freelance fighters and fawn over fights for freedom. Economics, everything, exploitation and epidemic, exhausting environments, easy but the dividends are deadly, don't dare dream of doing different, dread our destruction's definitely coming, as the catalyst, clamour for the capital, can't counteract the cycle, the catastrophe could cancel all, bring borders to bear, bombarded with the broken, basically bribery beckons business, we are beholden, though accurate answers to all of the above aren't available, I attack the alphabet again and aced it just to aim at you.
Bang! Low key. You got the keys to the city, to the booth, to the low key. Said in the last video, he shouldn't be low. He should be high key. Nothing changed, man. Other than this is crazy. He's a wordsmith for real. Like he's a wordsmith. What's your occupation? I'm a wordsmith.
To all of the above aren't available. I attack the alphabet again and aced it just to aim at you. They say anything is attainable. Attack the alphabet again and aced.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Man like Lowkey in the building! Hey, you're a savage, bro!
Much love, bro.
Hey, first time you come in, you killed the alphabet. Assassinated it. And just to take the mickey, you come in and kill it backwards.
Yeah.
Resurrected it to kill it backwards. Because I said it in the first one with a U, a DBD, an OKC, a BIG, an MVP, an NYC. Like I remember that first. I was like, what the heck is he saying? Whew.
And just to take the mickey, you come in and kill it backwards.
Words.
Yeah.
Wow.
Much love, bro.
Man like Lowkey in the building.
Thanks for having me, man.
Man like
Thanks
Lowkey.
for my G.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You ain't done yet, though, are you?
I ain't done at all. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get it, bro.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Come on.
If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep.
That we started.
If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep.
Turn up.
How can I do a fire in the booth when I'm trying just to maintain? And since you don't hear the word fire in the same way, heard screams, splutters, and them gasping for air. That's not bars in a booth. It's so hard to compare. If I use fire as a metaphor, does that disrespect the people that are never more? How does that bomb sound to those that bled in war that we never saw? Remember when they settled scores with metal swords at Skeletor? Chinese made gunpowder. Nobel invented dynamite. They say the guilt in his mind compelled him to design the
Talking about survivors here, people going through it. Like, yeah, you may just loosely play off of bombs and fire, and I do that on my videos with fire and bomb, and it's of course not the literal fire and bombs, but he's saying like, you know, there's some people going through the trauma of it, and then he's going through the history of, you know, he's clashed with swords and he's about to go into Chinese. Let me take it back. I'm not gonna.
bled in war that we never saw. Remember when they settled scores with metal swords at Skeletor? Chinese made gunpowder. Nobel invented dynamite. They say the guilt in his mind compelled him to design the prize. We know what Einstein's.
Yeah, you know about the Nobel Peace Prize, right?
Remember when they settled
Nobel
scores with
Prize.
metal swords at Skeletor? Chinese made gunpowder. Nobel invented dynamite. They say the guilt in his mind compelled him to design the prize. We know what Einstein's mind was like. How many geniuses we never knew that were deprived of life. I can't philosophize on horrifying flames. We don't have to apologize or qualify our pain. Degremphilize our loved ones of the colonizer's name. Should we let the corporate media lobotomize our brains? You are beautiful. No matter how this life is.
Should we let the corporate media lobotomize our brains? You know the lobotomy procedure? You don't know what that's about? You gotta look it up. You gotta.
To apologize or qualify our pain. Degremphilize our loved ones of the colonizer's name. Should we let the corporate media lobotomize our brains? You are beautiful. No matter how this life disfigures you, you're beautiful. Even if that image you emulate isn't you. I don't know if history is linear or cyclical, but no, I'm ridiculed for making invisibles visible. That's why Plato said banish poets from the Republic, because they know that we can shake the social system and disrupt it.
Yeah.
The land of liberty, they tell us leave it or lump it. When Trump comes to the country, we hope he chokes on his crumpet before we sink in the ocean.
Hey, if you're a Trump fan, watch out. Yo, you got smoke for Trump.
The Republic, because they know that we can shake the social system and disrupt it. The land of liberty, they tell us leave it or lump it. When Trump comes to the country, we hope he chokes on his crumpet before we sink in the ocean. Consider this as an omen. Nature's blessings aren't ours just because we think that we own them. Never think that you're broken or think that you're no one. Remember, a rope is strong because of strings interwoven. Would they love you more if you mock the people that you're from? Self-orientalize and believe that you belong. Overcompensate and propagate the image of the imbecile, not uninvolved, even though you're further from the killing field. Take solace in the fact there's always cracks in the monolith. Now we're practically lobbing bricks like Asterix and Obelix. Distracted with gossip is twisted news and interlude to adverts. No hidden clues to listen to is pitiful.
Lowkey is spitting knowledge. This is a knowledge Oof. Lots of knowledge bars here. Lots of knowledge bars here. The equivalents to what's going on now, like, and what's always seems to be going on, no matter what. Gossip, distractions. Just listen to the man. This is a knowledge-packed one. Just listen.
Image of the imbecile, not uninvolved. Even though you're further from the killing field, take solace in the fact there's always cracks in the monolith. Now we're practically lobbing bricks like Asterix and Obelix. Distracted with gossip is twisted news and interlude to adverts. No hidden clues to listen to is pitiful. Perfect. Rosa Luxemburg gave us the simple truth. You won't feel your chains till the day you begin to move. He photographed the corpse and they flung him in the cage. Those that signed off on the cladding are still receiving their wage. Helicopters hover close, pictures for the front page. Tried to speak, all I really felt deep was numb rage. How could they see this pain at such a young age? Leaning out the window screaming for help, but none came. If it bleeds, it leads. The trauma tourists, they gravitate. Shock doctrine in effect, disaster capitalists salivate.
Yo, he said something that the trauma... you see, I'm almost speaking with his accent. But the trauma tourists. And I see a lot of that happening right now. I'm not going to get into it. But what podcast was I listening to? And I heard the term. Someone says like recreational, like people who find recreation in finding offense in what's going on, right? I forget the term, but it's something around like they have a hobby for being offended. If you go out there, man, there's so much junk out there. So much junk out there. You're going to find stuff to offend you. You're going to find stuff to offend you. Everybody's out there saying this, saying that, saying that. You're going to find stuff. And there's some people that love it all day. They're just online looking for, oh, yeah, who's next? Who's going to say the offensive stuff? And how do we cancel them? Right? And they're busy just sitting on their couch, on their phone, canceling someone. It's crazy. This world is crazy.
It leads the trauma tourists, they gravitate. Shock doctrine in effect, disaster capitalists salivate. Privatization, deregulation and austerity. 0-hour contracts, exploitation and precarity. Adults didn't make it. The children to be fostered. Save pennies on the block, drop 20 million on the opera. We see through your cold plans, your program is done. We don't want a prime minister that holds hands with Trump. We don't want DJs doing shows on military compounds. Can't trivialize fire or hear any more bomb sounds. How can I smile when I know the remains are still not found? And echoing in my mind is exactly how the sobs sound. They say we're criminals for syllables and stanzas when they subsidize the killers' tools, the pillagers and bankers who would...
See it? Criminals for spitting syllables and stanzas, for rapping, for spitting this, just for being a rapper, right? Condemned. Labeled as good for nothing. But then you're bailing out, those, and we saw it, right, with the financial sector when they were bailing out, there's like too big to fail, those big organizations, and then you saw the bonuses and the paychecks they were getting. Yikes.
They were criminals for syllables and stanzas when they subsidize the killers' tools, the pillagers and bankers who were the engines of history. People like me and you who got massacred for the right to vote at Peterloo. It was Imagineers and the artists that told puddle martyrs, William Cuffy and the chartists, rebel and resist, even through something small. Create windows with words and mirrors where once were walls. Manure contributes to the beauty of a rose. Why can't we accept our pain as something that helps us grow? They wonder why songs that make you cry.
That's a bar right there. It's a quote. Accept that our pain is what helps us grow. It just takes us to a new state. Metamorphosis takes you to a new state. You deal with it, you learn from it, you feel it, go through it, come out of it, and only get stronger. And then you can also look around and help others deal with that pain. Show them an outlet for that. Ooh. Listen to the man.
Rose, why can't we accept our pain as something that helps us grow? They wonder why songs that make you cry are more moving, cause crying's the only thing that we were born doing. They tell us tea is tradition to the English. When I look around this island, not a tea plantation in it. Earl Grey gave 20 million to the slave traders, multipolar world. Now the Indians are space raiders. Freedom to be even or merely alienate labor. Freedom for fossil fuelers to desecrate and invade nature. Albert was an immigrant. Prince Philip is an immigrant. Where the Celts, Normans, Britons and the Anglo-Saxons English then. The words sugar, cotton and rice come from Arabic. Now we import democracy to civilize the Saracens. Analyzing planets when this backwater was wilderness. Seems we're still obsessed with immortality like Gilgamesh.
Yo, he's spitting. Oh, he's spitting some things in there. No wonder you guys are saying that, you know, he doesn't get it. He's almost, what, blacklisted or something? Like, man, if he's saying all this and the powers that be in the country are hearing this and those that, like, who's this dude? Who's this dude trying to, there's a term, right? Shake table, right? Shake the table. Who's this dude trying to destabilize what we got going on by speaking all this? Of course, they're not going to want him to blow. Oh, he's spitting.
And planets when this backwater was wilderness. Seems we're still obsessed with immortality like Gilgamesh. Pessimism of intellect, optimism of will. Wear the skin of their victims is syndrome Buffalo Bill. In times of permanent war, there's always someone to kill. But when life and death are virtual, almost nothing is real. They got my snapshots in a padlock box, but settle with the heavy metal. This is rap, not rock. It's fire in the booth, but man's not hot. I just got genius bars like a laptop shop. They wanna know if I got a flow.
Genius bars like a laptop shop. Oof.
With the heavy metal, this is rap, not rock. It's fire in the booth, but man's not hot. I just got genius bars like a laptop shop. They wanna know if I got a flow or I'm gonna blow. Back like Geronimo Pratt, let's rock and roll. I never sold my soul for a pot of gold. Now feel this scholar's solid knowledge in your collarbone.
Yeah.
Subject to propaganda that terrifies the slumbered, but the albums still sell. You can verify the numbers. Collectivize or die. Protect your mind or suffer. Life is paradise to some and a paradise to others. While these Twittery teens.
Like how he did that. Life is paradise to some, but a paradise to others. A gamble for others. For some people, it's just bliss. For some people, it's a daily gamble. Gamble with your life. Gamble with your friend. What? Oh, he didn't even stress as he said that. You know, some people drop like something simple and crazy at the same time and then look around and be impressed. He wasn't even looking for validation. He just kept going.
Slumbered, but the albums still sell.
Just listen.
You can verify the
Watch.
numbers. Collectivize or die. Protect your mind or suffer. Life is paradise to some and a paradise to others. While these Twittery teens are sinking in screens and thinking in memes. They blink in this machine is pimping their dreams. I think it's obscene, as sick as it seems. They don't know what lyrical invincibility means. Barge through for part 2, I can't lose. Labels astroturfing, trying to make it look grassroots. Gone are the days we sold our.
See labels astroturfing and trying to make it grassroots. Look, he's dropping some punchlines and wordplay in this one. Well, he was doing that on the first one, but man, he is extra serious on this one because you know when he is be rhyming so far and he's touching on serious subjects around what he's seeing in societies and how, you know, history and perspectives and government control and how the media does this and different groups and he's like he said, he's a scholar on this one. So you might be focusing on trying to hear that knowledge piece, but remember, this is still a wordsmith, so there are bars, punchlines laced in it.
In memes, they blink in this machine is pimping their dreams. I think it's obscene, as sick as it seems. They don't know what lyrical invincibility means. Barge through for part 2, I can't lose. Labels astroturfing, trying to make it look grassroots. Gone are the days we sold our CDs from the car boot. Sharpshooters shooting harpoons through your chart tunes. Saw pain in the eyes of a retired fireman, knowing he couldn't save a child, survived the frying pan. When we riot, we disquiet the Leviathan. Forget Iron Man, I got an Iron Lion's diaphragm. My salutation to those with imagination. Most anticipated, and that's no exaggeration. The flag doesn't exist. Let me back up that statement. What happens to the nation if the queen has a tax haven? What's commonsensical is sensible to question. What seems to be a lesson is intellectual repression. Say the ting goes as expression of aggression. Remember, there's 2 victims on either side of the weapon.
Charlie dropped the bomb where he was supposed to. There are 2 victims on either side of the weapon. Don't take it for the surface layer one, right? Especially if you've been impacted by violent crimes and things like that. But he's saying just take one step back, or maybe even 2. Just analyze it objectively, right? How did a perpetrator become a perpetrator? What led to that? And now the victim. Why is that person the victim? What? He's saying just taking one step back.
As expressed to question, what seems to be a lesson is intellectual repression. Say the ting goes as expression of aggression. Remember, there's two victims on either side of the weapon. We won't let them sleep. If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep. If they don't let us dream, then we won't let them sleep. Listen, check it.
Go.
Power to those that read bell hooks, power to those that sell books, power to those that know how the inside of a cell looks. All those feeling helpless, forgotten or discarded. Power to the strange fruit they thought was rotten in the garden. Power to those sitting alone, seeking knowledge in the. Power to those feeling stained or your tomorrow isn't tarnished. Power to those that sweep the streets with more knowledge than PhDs. Power to those that keep their keys, return his promise, please believe. Power to.
Yo, more power to all these people he's calling, man. People are spitting more knowledge than PhDs to the streets.
Seeking knowledge in the power to those feeling stained or your tomorrow isn't tarnished. Power to those that sweep the streets with more knowledge than PhDs. Power to those that keep their keys, return his promise, please believe. Power to those that suffer in silence, those it hurts to hear. Power to those that hold their ground. Power to those that persevere. Power to those that love humanity more than they love style. Power to immigrants, probably raising Donald Trump's child. Power to the who can't imagine what sight is. Those staring at the moon and all those working night shifts. Power to the readers, the writers, the illiterate. Power to those that struggle to decolonize their syllabus. Power to the shy ones who always struggle to make friends on the half of humanity worth less than 8 men. Power to those that risk their life to dig the colton from the ground. For the mic I'm spitting on and the phone you're holding now. Power to those that built the stadium they're playing in. Power to those.
Yo, Lowkey, oh man. Lowkey came with it on this one. Extra. He put that extra sauce on it. I think I was just watching something on the news or maybe a podcast or somewhere. Probably a podcast, and someone's talking about like in the Congo and the cobalt mines and what's going on and how, right, all these electronics and batteries and things that require cobalt, like they're mining it and they're using kids to do that, and all these companies, and that's like he said, he's rapping on a mic. I'm reacting to this. I got a mic in front of me. I got a camera. I got a laptop. Right? It's like, what do you do? All you can do is just keep being vocal and say, "Yo, okay, everything." We now rely on all these devices to make a living, to do whatever we need to. But can you please make sure that as you're taking our money, can you try and improve the situations of those that are actually doing the work to mine these elements, these rare metals and things that are needed? Can you just do that? You're already making trillions and billions of dollars. Can you at least do that? Huh? Even if there's corruption with those governments, maybe, or whatever, but work it out. Communicate, make it transparent on how you're trying to do it. And actually do it in terms of help these poor families out.
I'm spitting on and the phone you're holding.
Just here, already said it. If you don't know what's in our devices,
to the shy ones who always struggle to make friends on the half of humanity worth less than 8 men. Power to those that risk their life to dig the colton from the ground. For the mic I'm spitting on and the phone you're holding now. Power to those that built the stadium they're playing in. Power to those that mowed the grass and stitched the ball that they're playing with. Every rapper that doesn't rap about killing. Power to the builders who build buildings that outlived them. Power to the slaves of ancient Greece, never had the right to vote. Democracy dead like Gary Webb when they imported like his cold. Power to those that write to prison. Power to those writing home. Power to those writing poems. Power to those that died alone. Power to Curtis Mayfield. Power to Ronald Isley. Power to the fishermen that were forced into piracy. Power for every person that is working in a library. Power to every nurse that we turn to in our times of need.
Yeah.
Power to the unions and the miners that should punish. Power to those that drive the buses and those that collect the rubbish.
Yeah.
Power to the youth desiring the truth. Power for every rapper that is dying for a fire in the booth. For those that lost limbs to King Leopold's quote.
More power to all these groups of people that he's calling out. The different groups, different individuals, different professions, people going through different stuff in life. He's just doing his best to empower people on this one.
Drive the buses and those that collect the rubbish. Power to the youth desiring the truth. Power for every rapper that is dying for a fire in the booth. For those that lost limbs to King Leopold's quota, and those risking their lives for the P&O to Dover. Power to union leaders, murder by... Power to victims of this globalized Cosa Nostra. Power to those dying on the shores and the borders. Power to human beings that were rendered fauna and flora. Power to those that, after the stage show and carnival goers, still haunted by Kelso Cole Crane's ghost. Power to Kevin Carter, his picture taunts us ever after. So many questions never answered. Remember the last words of عبد المحسن السعدون الأمة تنتظر الخدمة الإنجليز لا يوافقون. Power to El Jawad.
Wait, hang on a sec. He went into a different language there, right? Was that Arabic? He said the global Costa Nostra, like the mafia. Probably butchered it right now. Costa Nostra, I think that's what it is. Yeah, the global.
Power to human beings that were rendered fauna and flora. Power to those that, after the stage show and carnival goers, still haunted by Kelso Cole Crane's ghost. Power to Kevin Carter, his picture taunts us ever after. So many questions never answered. Remember the last words of عبد المحسن السعدون الأمة تنتظر الخدمة الإنجليز لا يوافقون. Power to El Jawahiri and his rebellions. They killed his brother Ja'far and he cursed the rotten Thamesians. Enlightened despots pursuing tactics Machiavellian. Chinese still preceded Europe a millennium. Think about it. Printed press half a millennium. Never get close. Power to Ken Loach and every volunteer in Lesbos. Cuban doctors sent to Sri Lanka for the tsunami. Power to those that cleaned up after the Bullingdon parties. Kids knowing Apple products before they know what an apple is. Forgotten like passengers on the USS Indianapolis. Dying days before they could see what little boys damaged it on the precipice of fascism. My passiveness is cancerous. Power to those strong enough to dream. Power to those that chose not to be a cog in the machine. Power to those that love first and hate never. Power to those that sleep on the streets through grey weather. Power to Aziz Ali and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Power to Norman Baker, David Kelly's owner artery. Power to the genocided population of Tasmania. The internet descends to Trump-tastic fantasia. Let them try quote this. You'll never find a better diagnosis than collective psychosis. It's getting quite hopeless, but hope is all we have. Trying to cultivate the positive, not focus on the bad, but the globe's under attack. The obnoxious rage of a fake intellectual.
Yo, I'm loving the flow and the pocket he's in. And he's dropping it, and I'm hearing all of it. Like, and I think all of you are as well, right? It's not complex, but they're powerful words. As he's, no pun intended, as he's saying power. It's incredible, man. It's incredible. Low key.
Let them try quote this.
Like he's giving you a history lesson, like on things like he said about like Chinese steel, and there's just so many he's done in there, and you can tell this man is really intelligent. Just the choice of words, the way he's dropping the punchlines and the bars in some parts, but just the choice of words, you can tell. Well read, does his research, does his homework. He can't just make this up to be able to, like, you can't just pull it out there unless you're some genius that's just been listening to. Even a genius has to hear this stuff from somewhere. You gotta be able to read this stuff and look it up. But he's giving you history lessons. That Chinese steel, something he said about treating people like fauna and flora, like, so biology, like.
Harmony, power to Norman Baker, David Kelly's owner artery. Power to the genocided population of Tasmania. The internet descends to Trump-tastic fantasia. Let them try quote this. You'll never find a better diagnosis than collective psychosis. It's getting quite hopeless, but hope is all we have. Trying to cultivate the positive, not focus on the bad, but the globe's under attack. The obnoxious rage of a fake intellectual. Amazing grace in the age of the spectacle. Not the first time they found a race is selectable to raise to the pedestal and desecrate the place that translated the decimal. I don't want to tempt fate. Power to corpse washers like AN Day. Power to language learners, Bernie Sanders fans to flag burners. One man's inertia is another man's purpose. In the utopia of song, we are victorious, but the bittersweet reality's not this glorious. Power to Coltrane watching Malcolm X. Power to Paul Robeson under house arrest. Power to Galileo under house arrest. Power to Ibn Haytham under house arrest. Forgive me if I sound obsessed. Forgive me if I sound depressed. Believe me, that's not how it's meant. They probably thought I couldn't come back and kill the alphabet El Pueblo. Unido, jamás será será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Say el pueblo unido jamás será vencido. الشعب يريد إسقاط النظام. Say el pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Say el pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
I don't know what language that is. Is that Spanish by any chance? I'm hearing unido. So united and Pueblo, is that people? I'm just guessing. I don't know the language. I'm guessing. But unido sounds like I've heard that somewhere. So it's probably united, maybe. Pueblo. I'm thinking united people, united. He's saying some statement. Hey, fill me in. Please fill me in if you know it. If you know what he's saying. Was it French? I don't know.
Thank you very much.
Wow! Man like Lowkey in the building! Woo! I feel like I've just been to university for 5 years! I learned more than I learned in the last 10! Jeez! That was savagery, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much.
Yo, Charlie and I got to meet one day. I don't know how we're going to meet one day in life, but we express our thoughts sometimes the same way. Like, I was like, Khaled took me to school, took me to uni. I was like, oh man, you brought me back to uni. And now I'm doing this. And it's just the feeling like history. Just different groups he's identified, different groups that are suffering. He's in Tasmania and this and that. And like different parts. Like he's a scholar on this one. He's a real scholar. Charlie's like, what the heck?
Been to university for 5 years! I learned more than I learned in the last 10! Jeez! That was savagery, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much, bro.
A very, very, very quick education on how you body a fire in the booth.
Lowkey. Hey, just let it ride out. Let it ride out. Get to the end here. Hey, yo. It was Lowkey. Fire in the Booth. Part 2. Not disappoint. Not even close to. Let's not even put negatives in terms of negative scoring. Say he did not disappoint. No, let's go positive scoring. He killed this. He killed this. He came back with the alphabet assassin approach and went backwards. He went backwards, and he's not just spitting out random words. Like if you listen, the sentence, like, and the phrases are making sense. And then he goes into the second. Oh man, he goes into this and he's just feeding your brain. Your brain's full and like, oh yo, I think I'm full. He's like, nah, there's more space. And you're like, oh, there is more space. I'm hearing stuff. Oof. That's all I get, man. This man's well read, intelligent. Saying geniuses aren't just, they're different types of geniuses. What about the ones that never had a voice to make it? Oppressed, killed in the dark. Making the invisible visible. It's his mission. That right there is fire in the boot. Yo, Lowkey. Woof. Hey, I think I did see some more recommendations of other Lowkey stuff, but hey, just comment. Let me know. Put it in here if you can. You know, like, comment, run it up. I know you guys love Lowkey, but let me know. He gives me that special feeling. Like I said, there's some artists you're reacting to them, you might zone out. He's one of them because I'm enjoying it. Like he's feeding my brain on. Oh man, anyway, I'm rambling now. Yo, it's all love. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the recommendations. More fire on the way. My goodness.